Hi, I'm Christina.
And I'm Sarah.
And welcome to
What the Wellness, a podcast brought to you by the Wellbeing Bureau. Welcome to episode 1, where you'll find out who we are and why we're doing this podcast.
Oh, we're so excited to be here for episode 1.
Hi, everyone. So we are 2 real women seeking real wellness.
You know, we're super busy. We have a lot going on. You're a mom to a wonderful little boy, and we're looking for real solutions to help us stay well in mind and body. So, Sarah, tell us, what got you into well-being in the world of wellness?
Well, I'm pretty new to looking after my own well-being, but I've had to really start thinking about it since having my son, who's 2.5. And I'm just looking to investigate that and find ways to keep well in mind and body, and share that with other people.
Cool.
How about you?
Yeah, well, I've been into wellness and well-being for quite some time. My mom passed away when I was 23 after a long battle with multiple sclerosis. And I really needed something then and there to make sure that I was going to be okay and get through it. And I've had such benefits from the work that I've done. And I just want to share that with other people.
So you come from a place where a lot of alternative therapies have worked for you. They helped
totally
you.
Worked for me.
So maybe we can go into some of that, because that'd be really interesting for us to sort of spotlight some of those.
Yeah, totally. And I'm just really passionate about sharing that and just growing all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're on a journey which we think, you know, slightly different journeys, but we think everybody's on a journey and everybody could improve their own well-being in some way.
We want to create a community because what's important to us is connection.
Yeah.
And that we all have the basic human need to connect to something greater than ourselves and feel a part of that. And in today's world, it's not very easy to do that, where there's not a lot of space. But there's a lot of distractions. You can be lying down. You can be in the middle of nowhere and still distracted by a cell phone.
Well, and you think that,
You know?
and you think that you're part of a community because you've got 500, 800, 1,000 Facebook
3,000.
friends.
Just kidding.
But how many of those people have you seen in the last year?
Right.
You can think that you are connected to people when you're not.
Yes.
And I think that that's detrimental, because you don't realise how isolated you are becoming, because you think, oh, I've seen loads of people today. You're like, no, you've seen no one today. You've looked at pictures of people today.
Doing other things and you're not there.
And you're thinking, oh, I wish I was doing that, you know.
Yes, and I think it's really common to feel, and I think the other thing with this podcast, we're realizing how many people do feel that isolation.
Yeah.
And it leads to whatever depression or anxiety, however that manifests for that person. We don't need to let the world as it is run how we run our lives. And I don't know how you feel. Well, I think I know. But just with us doing this podcast together, and the way that we come together to create is from nothing, creating from nothing, something.
Yeah.
It's so empowering.
Yeah.
It reminds me we're all great, and how much we can do, and how worthy we are of connecting and receiving and giving.
Absolutely. And every new person that comes in and gets involved with this project, whether we're interviewing them for this podcast or we're looking at the bigger picture, which we're going to tell you about, our collective, the Wellbeing Bureau. But everyone that comes into that adds more and more to our lives, and hopefully we add more to their lives. It's like a multiplying effect. I just feel this connection with people, and that their experiences are just adding to my experience. And it's such a wonderful thing.
If you just surround yourself with people who are multipliers, as you said, it's easy, and it's about working efficiently and
that's it,
receiving
efficiently
back for what you give, and giving, and then it's not even about giving. Isn't about losing, and gaining isn't about pushing or hard. It's just about the natural reaction to this environment that you've created.
Absolutely.
And everyone benefits. And I think that's how we feel. We really want this podcast and the Wellbeing Bureau to be something that everyone who steps into that in any way gets back what they've put in and then some.
You've just listened to What the Wellness, a podcast brought to you by the Wellbeing Bureau.
Subscribe now so you don't miss out. If you like what you hear, give us a rating and share us. Follow us on Instagram at WhatTheWellnessPod.
We'll see you next time. Bye.